All right. Hello, everyone. We have Jessie with us, the 11th person voted us into season one. Before we start with the questions, do you have anything you want to say to the
Uh,
viewers?
I'm just thankful for everyone that rooted for me, aka there was like one person. So thank you to my one fan, and to my haters also thank you for rooting. Well, not rooting for me, but whatever. I just really enjoyed this game. It was fun.
All right, let's get to the questions. What do you think you have done different with your gameplay?
Well, gonna be honest, at the start of the game, I kind of didn't really do many comps because I didn't want to get like the blood on my hand. But I started doing a few more near the end. But I kind of wish I did more of the comps because it sounded really fun. I just couldn't at the time. But if I could go back, I would literally do every single comp.
So, since you were the one voted out, who do you feel most betrayed by and why?
um, I didn't trust that for four-person alliance they made. I thought they were just going to use that for one round to get rid of Alyssa and just use me as a number. So I wasn't surprised, and I'm pretty sure the only person who stayed loyal and kept her word was Mandy because we were both at the bottom of the totem pole. So if it was Mandy who kept me, thank you. But I was really hoping Peyton was going to make a move and like switch up the game and get rid of Emily, who can clearly win comps. But nope, that didn't happen, and it was me, which is kind of ugly, but I made final six, so that's kind of cute.
All right. The next two questions kind of intertwine together, so I'm just going to ask them both at the same time. So, where do you think your game went wrong, and why do you think you were the one voted out?
Like I kind of said during Tribal Council, I literally said, y'all are literally doing the easiest vote in the game. Like, you guys should probably shake things up, but I they voted me even though I was literally the easiest person to vote out at the time. And I just kind of wish they'd vote someone else. But it is what it is, and they'll regret it in the end if they lose and Emily wins. So,
So, throughout the game, you picked and chose which challenges to compete in. Was that your strategy, or did you have a different strategy going into each round? Since you didn't know the format at first, like,
yeah, I didn't know the format at first. I had no idea what it was. I like the first few rounds, like I said, I didn't want to pick sides. I didn't want to divide like or whatever. Because after the first few tribal councils, like team captain challenges or whatever, you could see who was on what sides, and it was kind of like there was rounds I knew I was gonna be picked last. There was rounds I knew I'd be picked probably near the end. So I just I didn't want unnecessary blood on my hands at first. And there's people who I wish stayed longer that didn't.
can you specify who those people are?
I sure can specify. Even though I did vote Noah out, I wish he wasn't the vote that round. But and I also kind of wanted to work with Dylan more, and he's still mad at me because he still thinks it was me. He still thinks I snaked him, and I'm just frustrated because I want him to know the truth. But I also don't want to jeopardize anyone else that's in the game in case they are talking to people outside of the game. Yeah.
So,
If they are and you find out, please let
yeah.
us know because they shouldn't be.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, right now, since you made it to the final six and got sixth place, who is playing the best game at the moment?
At the moment, it's well, I was gonna say Peyton, but he kind of changed my opinion because I really thought he was gonna switch up the vote, but he didn't. So I can't really say it's him. Um, Honestly, Mandy's really underrated. I don't know how she's still in, considering how many times I've heard her name from people. So kind of, she's playing a good game, but Duke is also playing a good game. because he clearly showed during that very loud tribal that he isn't afraid. Like, he literally said, "What do you guys want me to do?" And I was just like, oh my god, why? So people clearly trust him. Him and Emily, I said this multiple times throughout the season, they are literally the strongest duo in this game, and I see them making endgame because nobody listened to me when I said we should split them up.
So, not knowing the end game, not knowing anything, whether there's a jury, since Matthew didn't state there is one, how do you feel that the players in the game are going to do at the end? Like, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to be the next person out?
I'm sad to say, but I think Mandy is going next because that alliance of whoever it is seems to be loyal to each other. But I'm hoping they'll make a move and get rid of a strong player. Like when they literally messaged me and asked about Alyssa, I was like totally down because like she had her powers, and the fact she was inactive was part of the reason she left.
All right. So, Jessie, since you are now voted out of the game, you played the game, you are now a viewer of the game for the rest of the season, we'd like to ask you what us production members could change for the next season, what you want us to add or take out. Just give us the critiques that you thought was good or bad for the game.
I mean, you'll probably get an actual critique after this, but I think you guys should try to do a few more live nights because they were kind of fun, and it kind of made me feel like I had to be involved in. Because like some of the other challenges, I was like, okay, I don't really need to do this, like because some of the challenges I just felt like I didn't have to do at all. Because I mean, yes, captain challenges are important, but the live ones, they were more included or whatever.
All right. Nicole, do you have any last minute questions or not concerns, but comments?
I don't think so. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Jessie, since you are the one voted out tonight, you are the 11th person voted. Unfortunately, your crew's the one who threw you overboard, but we are glad that you have played the season since it's your first one, and glad you, I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, I like these people a lot more than Instagram.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop.
Welcome to the community.
Yes, welcome to the
Around.
community. I'm gonna stop the recording.